Eric Kendricks is now joining us now.
All righty, brought to you by Keurig and Dr. Pepper. Eric Kendricks, Cowboys linebacker, joining us now here on your home of the Cowboys, 105.3 The Fan. Eric, good afternoon. How the heck are you?
What's up?
Well, it's 49ers week. I thought we could start with, talking about your background as a Northern California guy and how you look at the Niners here, just with your general outlook.
Yeah, I'm more of a Central California guy,
Okay.
Fresno right in the middle. But at the same time, obviously I played against them a ton. All my friends growing up, not all of them, but I had a lot of split friends between, the Raiders, Niners. So very familiar with the team. And, yeah, excited to play them.
What kind of an environment you think you guys are in for Sunday night?
Oh, yeah. I feel like it's a great fan base, going to be a good environment, rowdy for sure. But night game in Frisco, it's obviously a rivalry as well, so it should be an interesting one.
Eric, we've missed you, and the team missed you against the Lions. I know that had to be tough for you to sit out. I'll be real with you. We're out here at Richardson Bar and Grill for an appearance for a remote show. Got a little liquid courage here.
Yeah.
You playing on Sunday, man? We need you.
I'm just gonna keep working this week. I'm gonna give you the general answer, but at the same time, I'm doing everything I can to feel as good as I can.
Okay, with that being said, obviously this is your first year with the Cowboys. Cowboys have a history with San Francisco. And the rivalry goes deep. But recent years, obviously the Niners have seemed to have the Cowboys' number. You're a leader. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody on this defense, even being year one. How do you balance being a leader to this defense, but also maybe not having been here for the wars against the 49ers in the past, and maybe some boogeyman type of tendencies that might be in the head of the Cowboys entering this game?
Yeah, I feel like, every year is a new year. Obviously there's some history and it's a common opponent, but at the same time, we got to go out there and play free. This is a great opportunity. This is one of the, better teams in the league the past, X amount of years. So, it's a Sunday night football game. So what do you want to do? You want to show up or not? Better get ready.
Yes. I imagine you guys are chomping at the bit coming out of the bye. Eric Kendricks with you here on 105 through the Fan. And speaking of the bye, Eric, how was your bye? Did you get some time away, relax with the family?
It was good. I stayed local. Got a lot of body work in, but I did have some family come in town. So, definitely got some needed R&R. But, had to get a lot of body work and stuff, obviously, following the week prior.
Now you're talking about your body, right? Not a Bondo job on one of your classic cars or something.
No,
but that's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
No, but I was actually cooking a little bit during the bye week.
Yeah.
And I woke up one morning and my son was a little bit fussy. He was hungry, and my wife was like, "Oh yeah, he usually wants French toast." And I was like, "What?"
Yes.
I'm like, French toast? She's like, yeah, if you want to make it with the cream cheese. And then I started being like, hold on. I'll make the French toast, I got that. I'll handle that. But, I'm not going to do this pumpkin spice French toast for the seasons for him.
Yeah, we're not doing the stuff French toast.
He's a year and a half old.
Fancy here.
He's a year and a half old. He's going to enjoy what I make for him, hopefully.
Good taste, though.
But he crushed it.
I would detect that maybe that the missus wanted the French toast and hope that you're making it for the kid, but not going to eat it all. And now she gets to get involved with that, right?
No, that's what you think. But I made French toast for one person in the house only, not for myself. Not for my in-laws, not for my wife. Just for my son, who's.
I hear you. Yeah, I make French toast for my daughter every day. And it's become quite a routine. But I was going to ask you, for you personally, French toast, pancakes, or waffles, what is the best breakfast bread?
It has to be French toast, and it has to be on a good slice of bread. I think it's crucial. And I think if I would go number 2, it'd be a waffle. But I like a thin waffle. I like a really flat, thin waffle. Lots of grooves. Yeah, lots of grooves in it. Nice and buttered up. But I'm a fan of all 3, to be honest.
So not a thick Belgium.
Not a thick Belgium. I like a thin, I don't know if anybody's been to Roscoe's, but
it's Roscoe's. There you go.
So you can probably tell, Eric, you've been around here. The Cowboys get a lot of attention nationally. And one of the stories this week was about former players saying that around the star, it can be kind of a distraction with like tours coming around and the focus isn't about football. What has been your sort of year one initial observations or takeaways from working at the Star, and how different it might be from your previous stops?
Yeah, it's a different ballgame. I feel like obviously there's more attention in a sense. More media, obviously, more fandom, and football in Texas is just a bigger deal in general. But yeah, I feel like it's along with anything, you got to just adjust and figure it out as a pro. Obviously, there's going to be distractions that come up along the way, but the best you can, you got to filter them out.
Hey, Eric, I've been watching the 49ers, just trying to get an idea for our pregame shows and stuff, and I'm just kind of curious, though, that teams that run all these crossers, how difficult is that dealing with a team that's kind of an intermediate throwers, a lot of crossers? What is that like for a linebacker to have to prep for each week?
Yeah, I feel like it just depends where our progression's at in the mix of that. But the reason why it's usually hard is because the DBs are having to, guard a guy coast to coast, sideline to sideline.
Sure.
And they're just running away from their leverage. But that's where the backers should come in, because we gotta help on the underneaths, so we can kind of buy them time, and then hopefully our pass rush gets there. But it gets tricky when it's a good run game mixed with the play action, vice versa, so that's where you see some success.
A lot's been made about the Cowboys playing young players, and that's not a secret when it comes to linebacker either. You've got DeMarvion Overshown, who's essentially a rookie, and Maris Leofau as well. How do you think about the development? Like, how are these young guys coming along?
No, they're coming along great. I feel like their attitude, mindset is definitely there. Obviously they're going to be seeing more and more looks as the season goes on and learning more ball. But I feel like they're as a rookie, you don't want to have to what's the word? You don't want to have to motivate them to do to go harder or have aggression or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that. You more have to just pull the reins back and be like, oh no, we need to slow it down right here. We need to get our eyes better and this and that. So the aggressive part and the tenacity is definitely there. But I think that as the season goes on, I can't wait to see these boys get even better and better.
Mike McCarthy was asked today, can you still accomplish your team goals? And he chose to talk about how young and inexperienced the team is. Is there any sort of a pullback from, hey, maybe we're more of a developmental team than we knew coming out of camp for you?
Yeah, I feel like, you adjust as the season goes on, but, I feel like there's no excuse really, it's just, this is the team, and we got to work with it. So, if young guys got to play and learn, then they got to play and learn, and, the vets got to step up, and everybody in between, you got to rise to the occasion.
I wanted to kind of pick your brain a little bit, Eric, because we have Eric Kendricks here on our Player Show on 105.3 The Fan and the GBag Nation on just the film study. I played some audio earlier in the show of Luke Kuechly that some of my co-hosts might not have loved, but I thought it was super interesting when it came to he tries to match what he sees on tape, maybe a check, and then goes back to the actual TV copy to try and hear the verbals from the quarterback on some of the checks. What's the film study like for you as you prepare for a game week against, say, Brock Purdy and the 49ers?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I like to, me personally, I go through first and second downs, third downs, but what I like to do is I like to take the call sheet and just kind of as I'm watching a play, some plays are more, I don't want to say basic, but some plays are more common. So, I watch them, see what the linemen are doing, see how the running back is hitting it, and then, I'll go to the next one. But then there's some route concepts or something like that. I'll go through the playbook. So I'll have my call sheet, and I'll, it's a 3x1. I'll be like, okay, how does this match up versus this play? Okay, how does this match up versus this play? Okay, where do I line versus this play? So I'll just go down the line, and, as I prepare, as I'm watching, I'm preparing for each look just mentally by going through the playbook in my head.
We like to talk about bye week adjustments and added wrinkles and things like that. Eric, is that overstated, or is there something to that?
No, it's definitely a real thing. You know, you got to self scout a little bit. You got to find new ways to attack and to be fresh. So that's definitely a real thing. And also it's definitely a real thing watching TV copies as well. I know that was the last question, but
Yeah.
So what do you watch the TV copy for? To see what they're saying about you?
you can get whether it's a hand signal, whether it's shoot. Some quarterbacks lick their hand before they throw it. Little things like that, like little tips. Code words. You can hear offensive linemen sometimes talking. Sometimes it's just the announcers, just blabbing on and on. So you can't really hear anything or get anything from it. But sometimes you can.
Hey, Eric, real quick, I want to ask you: are you on the field goal block team by any chance?
I'm not.
Okay, well, maybe pass this along. I was watching their holder. He taps the ground when he's ready for the center to snap. And as soon as he taps the ground, the ball's coming. So if you're on the sidelines, I just was watching their special teams film, and I was curious about trying to get a rush on these guys because the Steelers have been blocking a lot of field goals. I'm curious, like, what are they looking at? And for the 49ers, when the holder taps the ground, center, the ball's coming. So I didn't know it. Maybe I was thinking a little.
Let's go.
I was giving you a little scouting.
Don't give it away, Brian.
That should be a private text.
But I just noticed that every time he taps the ground, the field, the ball's there. That's what he does. So
Love it.
Maybe that's their way of signaling, snap the ball ready. Here we go.
It's Eric Kendricks with you here on The Fan. I love that, Brian, the former Cowboy scout, NFL executive, with you every afternoon here in the GBag Nation. So you were talking about the self-scouting stuff, and, Mike McCarthy has introduced this across the hall to us in the media, where at bye week, the offense talks to the defense and defense talks to the offense. Were you involved in that? And what would you say if they were like, man, we need more points? What do we do here?
Oh, yeah. No, we were involved with that, but we were, I wasn't like in the offensive type of meeting. It was more of like the offensive people were in the defensive meeting. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
But yeah, I know defense. I don't know. I mean, I could act like I can know some offense or what would be, but mainly I just know things that could, I guess be challenging for me on defense. So I guess, in a way, but no.
Okay, well, what makes the 49ers offense so challenging? Because I know you haven't been here, but this offense has been something where there has been no answer for the most part from this Cowboys defense when it comes to all the motion, the running schemes. I mean, we're very nervous about Jordan Mason and this rushing attack this week, Eric.
Don't be nervous. At the same time, I feel like the reason why it's so good is because it's so consistent as far as like the main looks you're going to get over and over and over, and they're consistent with it. But then they have the little wrinkles off those looks, the little adjustments, the little, someone's going down, 6 times in a row, and then they go down a little bit, and then they come out, you get caught. So it's like that's the key, is to get them in the favorable down and distances so we can light them up.
We were marveling at the quarterback sneak for a touchdown play that they had versus the Chiefs, where they're pulling guys in different directions and then just doing the QB sneak. Have you ever seen that done before?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of weird, crazy things. But yeah, people get creative for sure these days.
You mentioned the quarterbacks that lick their fingers. Which quarterback is most synonymous with being the guy that licks his fingers the most?
I would say that was like a big A-Rod key.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
North.
Yeah, that can be a tick after all those hallucinogens and whatnot.
But you self scout, so you pick up on those things and then you just do it and then you run the ball, and it's like, okay, we got to stop looking at that.
It takes one play to just nullify it.
I remember one time we were like, if they do, like, we were playing Philadelphia, and we were like, if they do this, it is a pass, like 100% of the time, like every time. And we were a couple games in, and we were like, we seen that first one. Hey. They ran. Oh my gosh, it was a run. They did it twice in a row, and we were like, all right, we got to stop. We can't go by that anymore, because they just got us.
So you played with Nick Vigil in Minnesota, and now you're playing with him again here in Dallas. Did you ever get a salt and pepper call when you both were on the field, maybe together in Minnesota, as the offense was trying to adjust to you guys?
No, we have a play, like that, but it's not directed towards us or anything like that. But Nick's my guy. I've been playing. I played with him. It's my second year playing with him, but obviously we went back to Minnesota, and he played really well for us there. Smart guy. I think this is his 9th year in the league as well, so a lot of experience.
Okay, the last question I want to ask you is about Uncrustables. There was a massive story in The Athletic about the amount of Uncrustables that are eaten for NFL teams. The Cowboys were kind of in the bottom 5 when it came to Uncrustables consumed. But is this a thing for you throughout your NFL career? You're just smashing a bunch of Uncrustables?
I actually have seen them tons of times in the locker room, and I see them everywhere. But I don't eat peanut butter, so I've never been an Uncrustable guy. I won't start.
Is that an allergy-related deal?
No, it's more of a preference.
Doesn't like peanut butter. You don't like peanut butter, right?
It's a strong flavor. Anything with peanut butter in it, it's overtaking whatever it's in, and I'm not a fan. So I'm probably going to help those numbers as far as the Uncrustables, not being eaten. But every team that I've been on, they've been just getting crushed.
And then one final thing, we'll see you Sunday night, right, in the lineup?
You will see me working hard to get back.
Good answer. Good answer. Eric, we love you.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. Have a great weekend.
Take it easy.